I just feel like everybody can control their own destiny if they move like that. If I'm not drinking, I'm not smoking. If I'm working out, I'm cold plunging. I'm learning more things about from the technology, from the YouTube to writing books to, and I'm feeding my mind, positive affirmations. How can I lose? And if I do that physically, mentally, monetarily wise, I'm going to excel in those. And then of course that's going to activate my spirituality because I have to move in faith.
Right.
And if you move in faith, that means you're moving with God. And you can't lose because the more you move in faith, the more you believe in yourself, the more you believe in God. So it all connects. So once you do that, then you have the anointingness and you move in your enlightenment. So I always talk like that, and I always did those initiatives, and then I just seen how far it took me. So when I talk like that, I really be trying to talk to certain people that understand it. It's not for everybody. I do talk a certain way. I always talk like this, So like when I'm in that position of putting that out there, I want people to understand it that deserve it because it's so top level. So I always been like this. Like 7th grade, I was talking like this. I always had these same words. Like no one could say like I changed. No one could say, oh, now he thinks he this. They don't be like, oh, he been like that. He been talking like this. He been acting like this. He always had his head up. Always had his shoulders back. Always thought he was the shit. Always had every girl he ever wanted. I just always conducted myself in the future, and how people gonna see me is they gonna see me now.
Right.
And even if it ain't there yet, I'm gonna make it feel like it's there.
Right.
That's how I always walked around, and then everything just happened. So another thing I just do is believe it before it coming. Like I didn't even know about manifestation when I was a kid, but I always was picturing myself places. I always was talking about it like I already got it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my belief before becoming element. And it just start really, forming right in front of me. Some people say fake it till you make it. It's really just, that's a good thing. Like you hear what I'm saying? I'm faking it till I make it. Sound like a great equation to me.
Right.
Most people are just faking it to fake it. So everything I really say, I'm really doing it. I'm really pushing it, and then it happens. So you can't go wrong doing that.
We spent, we were in the car a lot today, and we driving listening to your music.
Right.
And you literally breaking it down like, yo, you heard that this time. This is what I was going through during that time.
Right.
So you put your life into your music. Can you go in on that? What inspired music?
When it comes to music, it was like I had to find another way. Of course, I played sports. I was an athlete at the top level. Even made it all the way up to the NBDL at the time. It's basically the G League. I was in the streets, and I just went and tried out and still made it. I was that good. So but once that stopped, I had to find something else to do.
Right.
And I knew I couldn't work a regular job and be happy and be the person I'm here to be. So I had to figure it out. So I started fucking around with music. And I loved it because I always loved music. I always know the good songs. Like I find a good artist before people can even know it. I'm like, oh, that dude gonna blow, or that's gonna be a #1 song.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? No Homo sapien on the blow. But yeah, I just always on point with that. So when it came to me doing it, I knew the beat selection. I knew I was gonna be different. I knew I was gonna come my own style. So it was all, and it comes from a truthful spot. And how I even do it, I don't even call it. I call my music is like I call it vlogging. Like I vlog on a beat because it's all real. It's nothing made up. So it's like I got vlogging music. Like everything is real life. You can't tell me that you can't hear my music and then you seen it, or you can't hear my music like I ain't do it. It's all there. So yeah. And then most of the time too, like certain things I manifest. I be talking in the future. Like before I got my Wraith, my Rolls Royce, I made a song and I told people next year I'm in a Wraith in Hunter Acre Estate. I got it in 8 months.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? My song Blessings and Reflections, I'm saying sitting in the Wraith. I didn't have it yet. Within 4 months I got it because I knew it was coming. So I made this song specifically when I buy it, I'm going to play it when I get it. And I did that. So it's all purposeful. I move with a purpose.
Yes.
So that's what it really boils down to. And then I start freestyling because I was writing it. I felt too robotic. And I knew if I really want the best me, I'm just going to put the beat on and whatever come out, just let it go. And it's gonna form how it does. And it comes out in the purest way. So yeah, I just vlog on the beat, man.
Did you have any significant mentors in your life?
Man, I studied the greats of all time. I studied like the dictators and the ancient people from Socrates. I'm a Stoic, so I practice Stoicism. So like Socrates, Plato, Marshall. I just studied the ones that really brought balance to the world. That's just how I always was. So Genghis Khan, Stalin, Mussolini. I studied them types. I didn't have no personal one-on-one mentor because I thought different than everybody else. When it came to sports, I had people I hooped with, but my brain, there was nobody like me. I was one of the ones with the brain at all times. So there's no one could really even understand me. I'm a kid. I'm watching History Channel documentaries. Everybody want to watch cartoons.
Right.
I'm watching, Animal Planet, trying to understand, about the periodic, table and all this shit. I want to see about the Stone Age. I'm listening to this, and my brothers didn't want to watch goddamn Power Rangers. You know what I'm saying?
You was on some knowledge.
Being on it.
Yeah.
That's all I ever indulged in. Watching all the wars, World War II, Civil War. I'm trying to understand all this shit. Learning about the the Constitution and all these amendments. Like, why is the first one, this? Why the second one's this? Like, I'm learning why even in the order of them.
Right.
Like, I always was deep into information and knowledge. That was my thing.
Let me ask this to that because that's something that I'm very interested in, is always knowledge, and I think you can always learn from people. Right. And I believe that everyone has like this golden nugget of information that kind of defines them. It's like, because I know this is kind of this is who I am. I have this piece of information that guides me. Right. What would that be for you? What is something that you have, like, what information do you have that you could share, that you're willing to share with, our audience, that has helped you in your life and has kind of given you a purpose, or given you a character, or confidence, or something along those lines? It's
just three like pure seeds that I used my entire life that I realize is the pinnacle of this life of everybody uses. And it's as simple as this: believe in yourself, never give up, and never give a fuck. You do that, you can't lose. If you don't care about outside noise and what people think of you, and you just your pure self, now you could unlimited yourself. Like, you could take yourself to a level no one ever seen, because it's only one you. There is no other you. So if you tap into yourself and not care about outside noises and trying to get infiltrated by people's thoughts and concerns, you could go to the biggest you ever be, you know? Right. And then on top of that, of not stopping, because on the opposite side of fear is all your goals and aspirations going to be achieved. That's the devil's, like, fear. Within the Bible, one of the things that's quoted the most is not having fear. Only thing you should fear is God. So if you're afraid of anything, that's something pulling you back from the greatness. Right. Anytime you're challenged, if you fight through, you persevere through, that's when you get your blessing. So I always realize that. So anything bad happens to me, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do something legendary, something big coming every time, and it never fails. And then, like, of course, just believing. Like, when you believe, that's going to put forth all the effort. If I truly believe I'm this person, how I'm not going to put my money up? How I'm not going to put my time up? How I'm not going, like, it's impossible. I believe. I know it's going to happen. So when you do those things, man, never give up, never give a fuck, and just and believe in yourself. You can't be fucked with. That's the thing people just don't understand. It sounds so cliche, but if you really utilize it and do it 100%, you can never be stopped. You know what I mean?
You're also 6'6".
Yeah, 6'6". Yeah, 230 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah. So how has that been for you? Being like I guess 1% of the world. Literally.
Yeah, literally. It always been an element that I prayed. Like, it was, as a kid, I prayed to be tall as Michael Jordan. He was 6'6". You know what I'm saying? No Homo sapien, but also prayed for a big penis, because I said, I got those two things, I can get everything else. If I got a big dick and I'm 6'6", the world is mine. I could get the money. I could get in shape. I could be smart. I could be funny. I can't earn those other two things. Right. So once I got those two things, it was over with. It was like Thanos and the Infinity Stones. I started picking them up all over the world. I'm gonna get smart. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna get the money. Bam. Now my whole gauntlet filled up. Now nobody can stop me.
Right. Right.
And I made sure I did that by doing certain things. My discipline is unmatched. Never drinking a drop of alcohol in my total life. Never smoking weed. Never no drugs. Nothing. No baby mamas. I'm 42. So, like, I knew those were also extra stones that most people are not going to be able to collect, and I wasn't going to stop until I got all my stones at the same time. So once I got the money, the fame, the glory, and I'm still top tier in shape, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm still 6'6", and I got that schlong to stand up in a bitch. I'm impenetrable. I'm unfuckwittable. Right. In any level of anything.
And that is crazy, because you don't. If I just saw you, you say you're 42, but it doesn't appear that at all. Right. Like, you are in shape. You're the way that you move, how you speak is just, you're young. like a young soul, not a young soul, like an old soul.
Yeah,
but
I call it young gold nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's young gold nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's you just a young gold nigga. Like it's just you keep your elements right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You stay tapped in. You know what's going on, but you still wise. There's nothing more, you know, like appealing than an older guy that conduct himself, handle his business, but still fresh and in shape, and that's the best
youthful.
element. Yes, because a kid will be 22. They're like, oh man, when I get your age, man, I hope I'm gonna be like that. I might even be better. Yeah, you might not make 23.
Right.
Like, is you fucking crazy? Like, you're not guaranteed to be 42 and still standing this sturdy in life.
Right.
That's a blessing from God himself. So it's like, to go through my whole life and still be standing like this and been the same cool guy since 7th grade, that's not normal. So when people think because they're young and doing something, yeah, that might not last another year.
Yep.
You might not last out when you get in your car and make it home tonight. So what you talking about?
Once most people hit 30 years old, that's it. It's going downhill.
Right.
But it seems like you still 42. You don't look like you about to stop.
Man, I'm going harder. I'm going cold plunge every morning at 7 a.m. for 20 minutes.
What's the benefits of the cold? You've been mentioning
that. And 40 degrees. So the benefits that it raises your dopamine at a high level. So your energy is through the roof, and it comparable to, it says high. It gives you a higher like energy levels than you're on cocaine. It's higher than that.
Damn.
On top of that, it burns your fat cells 5 times faster. Your brown fat cells burn 5 times faster throughout the day. And then, of course, the healing properties of cold, you know, keeps your body in tip-top shape, and it raises your immune system. You know, and then it gives you some happy cells. I don't know what it's called, but it's like happy cells enter your body from being so cold because you're invigorated. So, like, it's just so many elements. It just changes. And, of course, it raises your testosterone. Like, I'm older, so I need the help I can. I don't do no TRT and peptides like all these niggas be cheating. I ain't cheated yet. I'm still Mr. Organic. I still keep it pure. Any nigga you see that's a trainer and bodybuilder, shout out to them, but they got all the extras and they're not saying nothing. That
extra shit.
Yeah, they're not telling nobody. They're like, they're just looking like that. No, you're on the drugs, or you went to TRT and replacement therapy. You know, I get it, but I never did nothing.
And all that.
Yeah, come on, man. So I never did nothing. I don't even drink protein or nothing. I just wake up and do me. So like, yeah, but I pay attention to those things. You know what I'm saying? I try to stay healthy as possible with my diet. You know, try to eat organic stuff. Like, call me organic. So people are like, oh, is you vegan? Is my name Mr. Vegan, bitch? Like, my name is organic. Yeah. So I eat organically. I made my own diet up. I try to drink and eat organic shit. That's how I do it.